Look Outreach is underwritten by the generous support of Munter Enterprises. Family owned and operated since 1972, integrity is important, as our family name is on every project. Our word is our bond. Munter Enterprises. Just build it.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back, everyone. This is part 2 of my interview with our Congresswoman Elise Stefanik. Welcome back, Elise.
Thank you.
Very nice to have you here. In part 1, we covered a lot of ground, and I knew we'd break into part 2. We're lucky if we can make it in part 2. But let's jump right in. In addition to all the things that we talked about in part 1, constituent services and veterans issues and things like that, you've been very involved in education. I've spotted a number of things regarding the Pell Grant initiatives and some of the other things. Let's talk about education. Why is that a priority to you?
Well, first of all, I serve on the Education Committee. Education changed my life. I'm the first member of my immediate family to graduate from college, and just the education that I received from my teachers helped set me off on a path to really achieve whatever I wanted, and I want that for kids in this district. So one issue I've been very active on is Pell Grants. The median income in this district for a family is about $45,000, and college is becoming more and more unaffordable. So we have to address college affordability and college access. One way to do that is through Pell Grants. And legislation I introduced, which was bipartisan, was to allow Pell Grants to be eligible year-round, not just the fall and spring semester. The reason why that's important is today's college student is very different than a generation ago. It's not the typical model where you graduate from high school, go to a four-year program, and then you're off in the working world. A lot of times our college students are older. They may be working part-time. They may be raising a family, and giving them the flexibility to take summer classes allows them to graduate earlier. So July 1st, as of this year,
it kicked in, right?
It kicked in this summer.
Right.
So students can apply for Pell Grant funding this summer. This was an idea from this district, from a community college, Jefferson Community College, pitched this idea to me, and I was able to translate it into legislation and deliver the results to students across the country.
Wow, congratulations on that. Hey, just quickly, just a quick overview, because I want to jump to the environment. The Perkins Loan Extension Act. Give us a quick rundown on that.
So the Perkins Loan is also another program that benefits low-income students, but it gives the colleges and higher ed institutions skin in the game. So they can help designate how the Perkins Loan helps fill the gap if the tuition rates are just out of reach for students.
Right.
It's something that impacts thousands of kids in this district, and I am seeking to extend that important program. Has bipartisan support in Congress, and I'm hopeful we get it done.
Well, I hope so. I don't think anything is more important than education. I really don't. You know, that's the future of our country. Let's jump to the environment. Boy, we happen to live in one of those beautiful parts of the world, probably, right?
That's true, yes.
And yet, on a national level, current administration walked away from the Paris Climate Accord. I've heard a lot from our viewers about this, and not many people support it, and I noticed you're very independent in your thinking about this. Tell me why.
Well, in our district, we know firsthand that the environment helps grow our economy locally. Think about the Adirondacks, think about Lake George, think about the tourism that we bring to our region. And I believe that we can have economic growth and environmental conservation hand in hand. I disagreed with the president's decision to leave the Paris Agreement. I don't think we should be listed with countries like Syria and Nicaragua in terms of not believing we need to tackle climate change. So I publicly disagreed with President Trump on that issue. And I also am leading the charge among Republicans who are committed to solving climate change in an economically viable way. We have over 20 co-sponsors on our bill, and the reason why that's important is when there are these anti-climate amendments that are introduced, mostly from members within our own party, further to the right, we're able to build a consensus to actually defeat those amendments. We've done that on the National Defense Bill to make sure that DoD is doing an assessment of how climate change is impacting military installations around the world. So having a group of members work together on that issue is really important to making headway in terms of having environmentally friendly policies.
You know what strikes me about that, Elise? There really has to be a check and balance. I think it's absurd if someone denies climate change personally, from what I've read and what I know. But you know what? Everyone's entitled to their opinion. But the check and balance in this, you're right. There may be an element of any political party that you may have to be able to combat. You may have to say, well, all right, okay, I understand that. But, check and balance on this thing. We better explore, right? Information is
Absolutely.
king and something like this.
And let's have a conversation about it. One of the models that I think is so effective in this district, the Adirondack Association of Towns and Villages, AATV,
Yes, right, sure.
works with environmental groups to find that balance.
That's
so
a
they
balance,
can
that's right.
ensure that they're having a conversation to make sure that the Adirondacks is friendly to businesses and families who want to invest in communities year-round and create jobs, as well as environmental conversations. So that's the model that I think we should take nationally.
Well, as you can tell, every time the Congresswoman is here, we have a lot to cover. So we've decided to break this interview into 3 parts. To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.
Look Outreach is underwritten by the generous support of Munter Enterprises. Family owned and operated since 1972, integrity is important, as our family name is on every project. Our word is our bond. Munter Enterprises. Just build it.
Exceptional products, expert design, experienced professionals. An American Buildings Company authorized builder can turn your dream of a new building into a reality. Because ABC Builders are local contractors, they know your market and can handle your project from beginning to end. So if you're ready today, your ABC Builder is building tomorrow.
Call Munter Enterprises, 518-584-6174.